So what's with the stage? Have you forgotten what kind of movie we're making? All kinds of messed up stuff happened when they were making movies like The Omen or The Exorcist.
All right. Well, I am Grant from Screen Rant. How you doing today, Adam?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very excited to chat with you for The Exorcism. It is such a blast, and it's great seeing you back in the horror genre. I still go back and rewatch Stay Alive now and again. What was it like, what was it like diving into the role of a director for this movie in comparison to being also being an actor for a totally different movie in a sense?
Right. Yeah, no, it's kind of weird because you're sort of like faux directing while you're being directed, which is odd, but then I have directed 3 films, and so there was a familiarity. A lot of times you're playing, like I play a hacker on TV, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But playing a director, I think that I could give it at least, some of the minutia. Some of the things that really irk me when I watch films about films are, just getting some of the technical minutia wrong or overlooking it. And I think it's what kind of grounds those things and keeps it from sort of seeming totally absurd. So that part felt all right. And, and then the rest of it is really obviously just about, sort of tapping into the kind of worst side of yourself, which also in its own way is cathartic.
So I did actually want to touch upon that because, this character is quite the detestable figure, and obviously it comes from the script, but I'm curious, you've worked with so many directors over the years and you're a director yourself. Did you find yourself pulling from anybody that you've worked with before to sort of help create this character in addition to the script?
Yeah, I don't think so. I remember, when we were dressing him and, I got my hair cut and stuff there were sort of things that we were sort of after in terms of just like, who would this guy be now? Do you know what I mean? But not, but no, the short answer is no. Have I met lots of assholes? Yes, 100%. Have I been an asshole? Yeah. And so there's just enough assholism in this industry to really fertilize a million Peters. And so it was an extremely and maybe arguably a little bit too accessible to draw on. But there was no one particular person. But no.
I can see him being an amalgamation of quite a few people. So
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was conscious. I just think I would do a take or scene, and people would come up and be like, "Dude, I know that guy," and it's like I go, I do too. I don't know who it is, but it's just osmosis after 30 plus years. I think.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So then what is it like working with Russell on one of those kinds of scenes where, in real life, he's obviously an acclaimed actor, but in this scene, he has to play a struggling actor who's also potentially possessed, and you're belittling him. What is that like working with him off camera and then going into the scene?
Sure. There are 2 things to say about that, I think. One is Russell specifically asked me to do this, I think, because he said, like, I need you to do this. Like, I know you can do this, and so I need you to do this. And so it's like, I'm already sort of there for what it seems like is a very specific purpose, to kind of really wear him down. And Russell and I are pals off screen, so we'd hang out, that night or the night before or whatever. So, but, acting is acting, and hopefully once you're in a scene, you're believing what's happening. And no, you don't always have that experience. But Russell, and I remember this with A Beautiful Mind, it's just really extraordinary. you can be having some side joke with him, and 5 seconds later, the accent's gone, and he's this person, who's crumbling in front of you. And the more he crumbles, the more I sort of, I feed on his vulnerability. And I hope that's what 2 good actors do. And I really think of it as almost like a kind of an athletic sort of, kind of engagement that these 2 players are having with each other. And it's a really great and sadly somewhat unusual experience to have that kind of back and forth, with another actor.
I can only imagine how weird it must be and surreal to have to do that, flip that switch like that. But you guys do it so well in this film. And I can't wait for people to see it. I see I'm out of time already, so I will get on out of here. But thank you so much for taking the time. I've been a big fan actually since Dazed and Confused back in the day, and have kept up with. So kudos to you, man.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right. Take care.
I was saved once. Didn't believe that it could happen again.
Can he be saved?